Their pregame rituals getting loose well before we're underway. It's the Chicago Bulls facing Minnesota. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, check out Ricky Rubio. What can we expect here?
You know, one thing about him is that the fans always are interacting with him. They love this guy. You know, what he means to the organization. You see him signing autographs. He's always having fun with his fans. He means a lot to this club.
And he also loves to jump into the passing lanes and pick you off. I mean, he likes to shoot the gap. It backfires on occasion, but like a great base runner, he seems to pick his spots pretty well. You know, in one of the more compelling postseason stories, the question about when the Bulls would bring Derrick Rose back just continued to hover around the playoffs. Ultimately, just never happened.
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Dang. Butler kicks to Rose. In low to Boozer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Well, back to the Bulls, and even without Rose, I think the team made a big statement, Steve, with how they played in the postseason. They showed that they weren't just a one-man show with Rose running things and have a solid core and system that will always compete.
Well, it's the second straight year that the Bulls have essentially been without Rose in their playoff run due to injury. And so I think Chicago fans are kind of wondering what exactly the roof is for this team, the ceiling, if you will. Let's hope that Rose stays healthy this year, so we'll find out.
Here is Rose after the made shot from Pekovic. Rose with the ball. The kick outside to Butler. Back to Rose. Beyond the arc. And the Bulls get it back. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Tom Thibodeau.
We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Love outside. Stolen by Rose. Left side Rose. Outside Butler. Now the feed to Boozer. Fade away. Rebounded by Buttinger.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Martin dishes to Pekovic. And stolen by Butler. Rose with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. Outside Rose. Kicks it to Noah. Tipped away. Stolen by Rubio. Feeds it to Pekovic. Rubio against Noah. Now here's Rubio. He's covered closely. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Boozer. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And it's Rose, this time the assist by Butler.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Here's Rubio, following the score by Derrick Rose. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Here's Love. No good. Some solid defense from Butler. The Bulls leading by 4. Dang passes to Rose. Rejected by Buttinger. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Dang dishes to Butler. He feeds it to Rose. Rose off the pick from Boozer. Clock at 6. Rose attacking outside Dang. Off Offensive rebound. Boozer.
Boozer had his name floated around at the trade deadline last season, guys. There were a number of teams that were very interested in having his physicality and scoring ability down low.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Rubio. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Love kicks to Rubio. Into Pekovic. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And you wonder why Boozer's name would be floated in trade rumors. I mean, one of the top rebounding power forwards in the game can score inside and outside.
Well, I think, Kevin, teams are becoming more and more cap conscious with the new collective bargaining agreement. Boozer is a very highly paid player, so even though he's productive, I think some people are going to look at that contract and maybe shy away from him.
Here's Rubio after Carlos Boozer's score. Pass to Martin. Rose against Rubio. Clock at 6. Martin the pass to Pekovic. Stolen by Noah. And oh, here we go. Rose. Nobody back.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself. And I'll tell you what, that was a golden one there.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Now Love inside. The shot misses. Excellent defense there from Boozer. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And it's Rose penetrating. Bulls moving the ball around. Boozer with the screen for Rose. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Rose has got 6 points.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Passes it to Budding. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
That free throw, no good.
Nikola Pekovic, guys, out of Montenegro, a super physical 6'11" big man. I mean, he is a battering ram offensively. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, can score around the rim, doesn't shy away from contact. And when he gets to the line, he knocks him down pretty well for a big guy. This guy, I tell you what, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league in the next few years. I don't think there's any question about it.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Going back to Pekovic, Clark, offensively, he is a real presence. Defensively, not great, but Steve solid.
Well, he's not explosive. He's physical, but you know, he is a good rebounder, and most importantly, he wants to mix it up down there. He's a presence, and I think that's one of the reasons he's become such a good player in this league.
Now, here's Rubio. After the miss from Joakim Noah. And it's Rubio penetrating, and he gets it to go.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Rose dishes to Boozer. Butler against Martin. Butler kicks to Dang. Pass to Noah. And the layup's good off the glass. Noah's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out on the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
That's tipped. There's the dish to Love. 5 to shoot. From 13, and that one's good.
Well, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
Chicago leading by 8. Butler passes to Noah. Rose off the pick from Noah, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here is Barea, guarded by Heinrich. Brewer dishes to Barea. Outside Williams, 6 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Heinrich outside. And the shot falls short this time.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Now here's Shved. Dishes it to Barea. On the wing, Brewer shoots it up. The rebound by Gibson.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Dunleavy kicks to Butler. Heinrich outside. Now the pass to Gibson. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Minnesota calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back onto the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Here's Brewer after the made shot from Gibson. And here is Brewer. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Shved kicks to Barea, sinks the three-pointer.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Bulls leading by 7. Now Heinrich. He kicks it to Gibson. Another shot. No good. Nice tee from Turian. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Brewer with the ball. He's picked up by Dang. Here's Barea. A three-pointer off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Williams against Heinrich. Gibson down low. Fades away. Good. And the Bulls lead by 9.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with a hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
Now Butler. After the missed three from Barea. Knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
Now here's Shved. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Chicago leading by 6. Heinrich kicks to Dang. The kick outside to Butler. Back to Gibson. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. .121 left to play in the first quarter. And Shved kicks to Barea. Just 5 to shoot. The shot from the low post is good. And now just a 4-point Bulls lead.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Inside, here's Dang, and a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now, here's Brewer. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here is Heinrich. It's a 3-point game. Outside Dang. Right side Dang. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, he was an excellent foul shooter a season ago at about 82%.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
First one falls for him. Dang hits them both. Here's Shved. Williams, a screen on Butler. Shved with it. He dishes it to Brewer. With 1 on the clock. No good on that last second attempt there. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 Ps: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Bulls. Heinrich and Butler at the 2 and 3. Up front, Boozer and Noah. And it's Rose in at the point guard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, last season it seemed there was a little back and forth between head coach Tom Thibodeau and the Bulls front office regarding the big minutes he gave his starters. Thibodeau said, quote, "It's never the right amount of minutes. That's the only thing I know. If a guy's not playing big minutes, it's not enough minutes. Then if a guy's playing big minutes, it's too many minutes. So you play to win. That's the whole thing. And when you're a young team, guys can handle minutes." But guys, both Dang and Noah missed significant time. Noah only playing 66 games in the regular season. Dang out through the last 7 games of the playoffs. You wonder if maybe they have a point.
They've worked to round out the roster, Doris. That should help those minutes stay down. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Rose.
And Minnesota has had their hands full guarding against Rose.
He has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Well, it's natural to worry about how Rubio would be able to play after tearing his ACL, but, you know, he came back last season and showed he still could create space and drop that perfect pass to a teammate. Boy, he's fun to watch. He's a real magician with the basketball.
No good on that one. Clark, you talked about the impressive recovery of Ricky Rubio, the knee injury. Steve came back better than ever.
Yeah, well, being young helps for sure. The recovery period happens a little quicker. But I think it also showed his great work ethic. He really attacked his rehab, and I think that bodes well for his future development of his game also.
Good on the second free throw.
Guys, we know it was a struggle last season for the Timberwolves, but against the Eastern Conference, they were pretty competitive. Nearly had a 500 record against teams from the East.
Rose passes to Heinrich. Boozer against Love. Heinrich outside. In low to Boozer. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Heinrich's got 3 assists in the game. Well, back to the Timberwolves, that's a marked improvement over how they've done, Steve, over the past few seasons.
Yeah, the last few years, that's easily the best winning percentage the Wolves have had against the Eastern Conference. And they won't want to take much from last season to this one, but maybe that's something at least they can carry over and try to build on. And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
Now here's Heinrich. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The feed to Rose. 3 on the clock. Takes the turnaround J, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Rose against Rubio, and he gets it to go. Rubio's got 5.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Rose dishes to Noah, kicks to Dunley. Drilled from 6 feet. Dunleavy's got his first bucket in this one.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
And it's Rubio penetrating. That's good. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Rose kicks it to Noah. Here's Boozer. And another shot. And the rejection by Love. Timberwolves trail by 6. Outside for Martin. Here's Pekovic. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Budinger with it. Now defended by Dunleavy.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those and this lead will be double digits.
Boozer passes to Rose. Into Noah. And there's the rejection. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the basket by Rubio.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Rose against Rubio. Rose goes in. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Chicago shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
They were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 9. And Budinger kicks to Williams.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Rose. Heinrich outside. Feeds to Dang. Back to Heinrich. Boozer with a screen for Heinrich. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Now, here's Rubio. Rubio gets a screen from Love. Over to the left wing. Budinger dishes to Love. Just 5 on the clock. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. They've led by as much as 10.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Rubio, the pass to Martin. He feeds it to Love. Baseline jumper. That one goes. Come. Love's got his second bucket. The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Rose. Pass to Boozer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 12 points for Carlos Boozer.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Rose against Rubio. Outside Williams. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Bulls have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Rose attacking. Heinrich up top. Boozer fires. And the rejection by Love. From deep, Rose. They grab their own miss. Heinrich kicks to Rose. Passes to Boozer. They shoot again. Boozer missing again. Timberwolves trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And he gets it to go.
The offensive execution really well done. They got the ball in tight for the high percentage shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Guys, how about the Bulls being able to nab the 5th seed in the East last season, in large part due to how they were able to play on the road? Of course, when you play tough, solid defense like they do, it makes it easier to be competitive and string together road wins.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Carlos Boozer. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He was describing their approach defensively that he wants to see tonight against Rubio. Coach has made his displeasure known about being dominated by one player, saying, quote, "The type of defense we've played on him is never going to get it done." We'll see if the changes Coach implements bring him back down to earth. He also urged them to drive the lane aggressively on offense, saying they won't be able to handle us if we can get bodies to the basket each and every time down the court. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Alexi Shved, he's checked in for Minnesota. Perea comes in for Ricky Rubio. Minnesota on D. It's a three-point game. Rose goes in. Pass to Butler. Lock at 6. Rose dishes to Gibson. Turioff with the block. To the left side wing. Here's Shved. Here's Williams. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Gibson setting a pick for Heinrich. From the stripe. That's good on the jump shot. And here is Shved. Now the dish to Turioff. Rose with the block. Dishes it to Gibson. Dang attacking. Back to Gibson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the thing you love about Gibson is his energy and his length defensively. He's got those long arms. He can bounce. He can really get off the floor. And he's smart, so he anticipates things before they happen at that end of the court. One of the best front court defenders there is in the league.
Yeah, he really is. A lot of defense, his motivation, and Taj has never had a problem with that. If he has the mindset that he doesn't want you to score, and he can make things very difficult for you, whoever he is guarding, you know, that's when he is at his very best.
And Steve, he knows how to get himself on the highlight reel with some of those dunks, but it's not just for show with him. It's an injection of energy for his team and for the crowd.
And both free throws good from Gibson.
Well, great focus at the free throw line. They're taking care of business.
That's exactly how you keep on the lead. 100% free throwing for the quarter, that'll do it.
Now here's Williams, and Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
Brewer with the ball, defended by Butler. Turioff, and he gets it to go.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Rose, no good.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Turioff, the pass to Shved. Got a piece of it. Williams up on top. From outside the arc, and he gets it to go. And now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
The Bulls shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, the Wolves were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot of time with his hand fractures. They were missing 2 major building blocks.
Rose kicks to Dang. Outside Butler. Bulls moving the ball around. Heinrich outside. The kick out to Dang. Just 4 to shoot. Charity stripe shot. Cannot hit.
Really high quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Perea with him, and Rose picks him up defensively. It's stolen by Rose. Jumps up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Minnesota calls timeout. And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit, but Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve, and they never really got the chance that they once seemed to have.
Now, Love's injury, I think, just devastated this team, and Rubio, of course, coming off that ACL, he eventually made it back, but those are the key guys. I mean, Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason, so this should be a pretty well-rounded team, but it's up to the stars, Kevin.
And the Timberwolves with possession here after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Shved dishes to Turiaf. Makes it off the glass. Turiaf's got 4 points this quarter.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Rose passes to Day. Heinrich kicks to Gibson. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Gibson's got 8 points.
Well, if they didn't look at the scoreboard, you'd think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I like the energy they're playing with here, Steve. I mean, a nice uptick in their second chance points.
Here is Turiaf. Poked loose. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Heinrich kicks to Rose. Heinrich against Williams. Back to Heinrich. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Butler. From outside the arc. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Butler. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Up top, Shved, guarded by Heinrich. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rose.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Martin?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now Perea, he's got 8. Brewer dishes to Shved, cans it from downtown. Shved's got 6. Outside Rose. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And we finished one half of basketball. It's the Bulls leading by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, stay right where you are for the halftime show. Then we'll be back for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Happy Tuesday to all of you from us at 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Chicago with the lead against the Timberwolves at Target Center. Great activity defensively. They're taking measured risks, trying to force turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on that end of the floor. Derrick Rose has been on a roll in the first half. He's got 18 points. He's been dynamic on both ends of the court, finding teammates, playing tough D on the other end. And a resilient Timberwolves team is staying in it. Their second unit giving them instant offense. They've gone to their bench for scoring, and they've answered the call. We've seen Ricky Rubio in top form. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Every chance he got, he went into the paint, threw it down hard. I mean, zero defense being played against him.
Nada. He has had way too many uncontested runs to the hoop, but even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterizing time.
Rubio and Martin manning the back. Big men, Love and Pekovic. And it's Budinger in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Rick Adelman.
Noah once again had a really solid season, but his field goal percentage numbers dropped from where they had been the past 2 years. I think part of it was not having Derrick Rose on the floor, and then also he was hurt. Plantar fasciitis bothered him some, but not having Rose, I think, led to Noah forcing the issue a bit.
And Rubio kicks to Budinger. He dishes it to Pekovic. Now Love inside. The jump hook, and that one's good. Love's got 6. Oh, and speaking of Noah, some dip into his finishing numbers. You wonder if his injuries played a part in that.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau rode him pretty hard. Career high in minutes. In fact, second most per game among centers in the NBA last season. And we remember he had the foot injury during the playoffs. So he's always had some health issues, but he's battled through them.
Are you surprised that he's become the warrior that he's become in the NBA?
Not really, Kevin. He was a winner at Florida, a guy who loved to play. He's got a lot of passion for the game.
Now Love, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Here's Pekovic, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. I mean, you'd like to see that every time down the floor.
Here's Rose. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Martin.
I think when you look at Derrick Rose, fellas, the most intimidating thing about him is his elite speed. But you also have to consider his size. He's well put together, about 6'3", maybe just a shade over 200 pounds. He is a handful when he's coming at you fast with that strong body and explosiveness.
Free throw drops for Rose. And Clark, you mentioned the size of Derrick Rose. 6'3", not just a speedster, but the combination of quickness and power. I've always thought that, Steve. He goes in there, and he would be a very tough guy to try to stop when he's got a full head of steam.
Oh, no question.
Oh, wow.
He's coming at you with that burst and the strength. That's why he's so overpowering as a point guard.
And Rose drops them both.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibodeau has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
And it's blocked by Rose. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Rubio.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Now here's Rose. 20 points for him. A rebound by Pekovic. Pekovic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for them and Steve contribute off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out which player to take later in the first round.
Now here's Rose. And Butler, here we go. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rose with another miss.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Martin kicks to Rubio. Back to Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And now it's only a 5-point Chicago lead. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, there has been a lot of pressure on this Bulls team to get to the finals. Derrick Rose thinks that they are set up to win multiple championships. He says, quote, "To me, to win a championship, you need a team full of winners that's willing to sacrifice. We got all the pieces, starting with the front office, our owners, the coaching staff, down to the players." That kind of quote puts more pressure on the team, but they are set to make a deep run, guys.
Defense really their identity. That's how they win. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Rose passes to Boozer. Back to Rose. He kicks it to Butler. Dang dishes to Boozer. 6 to shoot. Good D by Love. Timberwolves trail by 5. Rubio with it. He's got 13, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And folks, what an outstanding array of talent we've got here. Just look at the list for all-time career scoring average. Jordan and Chamberlain and LeBron.
And, of course, those guys were much more than just scorers, Kevin. They were winners, champions. But, you know, as you work your way up that list, no question, that is elite company.
Now here's Dang. He's got 7, and there's Rose on the assist by Dang. Dang's got 3 assists now in this one. Love with the screen on Rose. Rubio gets a screen from Love. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Back to Rubio. Kevin Martin on the wing. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Martin's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Stolen by Rubio. The feed to Buttinger. Releases from 15, and again it's Minnesota.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Chicago leading by 4. Here's Rose. 23 points in the game. Back to Boozer. Bulls moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And the Bulls making a change here. Heinrich's checked in. So it's Chicago now. They've led by as many as 11 points. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
Kicks to Dang. Back to Heinrich. Love against Boozer. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Boozer's got 4 points this quarter. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the steals. They've really been harassing the ball today, forcing mistakes, really turning that into their advantage.
Love can't hit.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Heinrich. Feeds it to Boozer. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Outside Dang. That is good. Dang's got 9.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominate.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Well, he's got to be disappointed with his team's play over the course of this run, and thus the timeout. You got to talk things over, try to get back into the game.
Something has to change for them as they haven't looked good at all during this run, so a timeout is appropriate here.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He was intent on running the offense through Boozer. Coach has called on him to play a very big role at that end of the floor tonight, and as far as he's concerned, that hasn't quite taken shape yet. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. The first free throw is good.
You know, the Wolves were devastated by injuries last year, guys, but they still did all right up here in Minneapolis. 20-21 at home. Not great, but considering the injuries, a pretty solid home record.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Ricky Rubio. Both free throws good from Love. And back to Minnesota, they were a sneaky pick to get into the playoffs at the beginning of last year, but so much can change in the course of a season, Steve, namely injuries for the Timberwolves.
No doubt. Kevin Love going down, that hurt them. Ricky Rubio in and out of the lineup. But there's no question when you look at the roster, some of the moves they made in the offseason, this is a pretty talented team.
Now here's Shved. He has 6. Out to the right wing. Budinger. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside. Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls, and last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
That free throw, no good. And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with the great attitude after a short time at Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. You just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
Now here's Love. He's got 10. There's a screen. He feeds it to Barea. Lets it go from deep. Another shot. And there's the lay-in, 2 points right there from Roy Torrio.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Now here's Heinrich, guarded by Barea. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Butler, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Butler's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
For Chicago, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Gibson with it. He's against Turioff. Goes up on the block, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. Here's Shved. 6 points for him. To the wing on the left. Love the pass to Turioff. For 3, Shved, and that one's good. Shved's got 9 points.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yep, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Now here's Heinrich. Pass to Gibson. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times, an easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Barea with it, defended by Gibson. Fires the three. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Barea.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
You know, when you're a small guy like J.J. Barea, most of the time the role you have on the team is to be a distributor and move the ball around. But Barea is different in that he is in complete attack mode as soon as he steps on the floor. I like that about him. He's looking to score.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Rick Adelman as he addressed his team. Their defensive performance on the backboards was what really had his attention. He's calling for more bodies in the paint to cut down on the putbacks they've been allowing. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And going back to Barea, kind of a change of pace guard, I guess is a nice way to put it. Tough to stay in front of him.
Yeah, and he may not be a pure point guard, but he's very skilled running the pick and roll. And for his size, surprisingly strong and crafty at finishing around the rim.
Heinrich up top, guarded by Barea, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Timberwolves trail by 6. And here is Shved. He's got 9. Passes it to Turioff. Gibson with the steal. Now Dunleavy. Dunleavy gets a screen from Gibson. And Dunleavy gets it to go in. Dunleavy's got 6.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking, and they've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Now here's Shved. Shved gets a screen from Love. There's the dish to Brewer. It's tipped. Turioff kicks to Shved. Just 2 to shoot. And here's Love for 3.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Right side, Butler. Heinrich up top, wide open. Again, Chicago. 27 seconds left to play in the third. Barea kicks to Love. Love off a pick from Barea. And it's Love penetrating. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Turioff.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
11 feet away. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 10. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Here's Rose. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Dang and Boozer, they make up the forwards. And it's Noah in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Rose. Here's Boozer. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's now 20 points for Carlos Boozer. Timberwolves trail by 12. Love with the screen for Rubio. Martin against Butler. And he gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Martin.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
And dang, here we go. Here's Rose. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And he's going up for the alley-oop and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
The Bulls leading by 12. Pass to Butler. Dishes at Denoa. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And it's Rose penetrating. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Well, you know, Carlos Boozer wasn't as efficient last season as we'd seen in the past, and I think in large part it was due to the extended absence of Derrick Rose. He was the bailout option for the team on many occasions.
That's good from Boozer. And Clark, for Boozer, you talked about his offensive efficiency. Strong, physical player, but he only averaged about, Steve, I think like 3 free throws a game last season.
Well, he's a fadeaway jump shooter. He's an excellent offensive player, pretty efficient in his scoring. But most of his post-ups end up in fadeaway jump shots, and that's why he doesn't get to the line very often.
Boozer hits them both.
You know, the Timberwolves have taken on an increasingly international character. Players like J.J. Barea, Rubio, Nikola Pekovic, and Alexei Shved, all important contributors.
Now, here's Rubio. Budinger dishes to Martin. And it's off from three-point range. The Bulls leading by 14. Butler passes to Rose. He dishes it to Boozer. He's feeling it. No good off the front iron. And Clark, a lot of European players used to this cold weather. Maybe that's why the Timberwolves need to go after him.
Well, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But they've had pretty good luck with the international players. Some good talent that they've put together.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Now here's Rose. And he lays it straight in. Rose has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
And Rubio kicks to Martin. He's looking for Love and finds him. And that one's good. Pekovic.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Rose. Outside Butler. Dang dishes to Rose. 4 on the shot clock. The 11-footer. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Martin against Butler. Martin the pass to Rubio. He kicks to Budinger. Here's Love. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Boozer's got 7 rebounds in the game. Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. Boozer a screen on Rubio. Rose off the pick from Noah. They get it again.
And a nice soft touch on the boards.
And you know, when you have that gentle a touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
Well, easy points, free points for a guy with that kind of strength and agility in the paint. You got to go for every second chance opportunity.
They get it back. Pekovic. Great defense that time from Noah.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
And the shot is good. And that's 31 points for Rose.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Love dishes to Pekovic. Stolen by Noah. Pekovic against Butler. The kick out to Rose. And there's the pass to Noah. Rubio with it. The feed to Pekovic. Rubio, the pass to Love. Back to Rubio. Outside, Martin to end the drought. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside, Butler. Boozer kicks to Butler. Beyond the arc. Rose, no good. Timberwolves trail by 18. Here's Martin. That's good.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Now here's Rose. Noah with a screen for Rose. In low to Boozer. It's stolen by Martin. Rubio against Rose. Rubio dishes to Budinger. Back to Rubio. Here is Love. Shot clock at 6. Steps back and shoots. The shot will not go. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Inside shot. And Noah with a nice bucket inside.
He really made that mismatch pay off. The defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
Rubio, the pass to Pekovic. It's rebounded by Noah. The Bulls leading by 18. Rose kicks to Butler. Feeds to Dang. Pass to Boozer. Back to Dang. And yes, sir, that one drops. Dang's got 4 points this quarter.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Rubio dishes to Martin. To the right side. Love the pass to Pekovic. Knocks it loose. Love goes in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Now here's Rose. Kicks to Boozer. Turnaround Jay. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Rubio's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Goes up on the wing, and Budinger gets it to go. Here's Rose. From deep. Rebounded by Budinger.
Yeah, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
The drive by Rubio. Here's Pekovic. Great defense that time from Noah.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Butler kicks to Rose. He feeds it to Boozer. Lets it go with the 3. And Derrick Rose gets the 3. Rose has got 34.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is time to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Here's Pekovic. Near the three-point line, it's Love. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Boozer a screen on Rubio. Rose with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Rose attacking. The open shot. Dang. Love grabs the board. Love's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Butler against Budinger. And it's blocked by Noah. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. .158 left in the fourth quarter. That is good. And 11 points for Martin.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Chicago calls timeout. They're in front by 16. 1:56 left in the fourth. Here's Butler. Passes to Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Guys, Derrick Rose is a native son of Chicago, and he grew up in the dangerous Inglewood neighborhood, the youngest of 4 brothers. But from very early on, his talent for the game was apparent. And those older brothers of his, they shielded him and protected him like an ember of hope for the entire family, and he certainly has allowed his light to shine brightly.
The first free throw is good. And Clark, back to Rose, the city of Chicago, as you expected, has embraced him. It's interesting, Steve, to be a high pick, but drafted by your hometown team. The pressure there is pretty interesting.
I love at the United Center when they introduce him, they just say, from Chicago, Derrick Rose. But, with all the attention he gets, he's a very private and reserved person. Has a lot of respect amongst his teammates because he just handles himself with such class.
Now here's Budinger. Rubio dishes to Budinger. The drive by Rubio. Here's Pekovic. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 5 assists in the game. Rose double team. Butler against Martin. Boozer passes to Rose. Back to Boozer. 5 on the clock. Outside Dang. Puts up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, he did have a 3-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty. And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Chicago.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
They both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Rose. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
Here is Rubio after the made shot from Butler. And Pekovic kicks to Rubio. Martin against Butler. Here's Budinger. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
And the first one drops. And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return, but the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
They missed him, though, Kevin, desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal Game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami. I'm sure he'd like that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving points at the line.
Outside Teague. There's the screen. doubled by Buttinger. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Turioff. Shot's good by Gibson.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Here's Brewer. They get it back. A nice shot by Berea.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a terrific win, Carlos. And how would you rate the team's performance right now and how the game felt like for you?
Oh, I'm just executing, getting better week by week, improving every day. Today I thought we did a great job executing, getting everybody involved, setting everybody up. And then for me, I just took the shots that was there.
Congratulations, Carlos. Great job. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Derrick Rose.